Good morning, it's Kinninigan. Yesterday, I just got off YouTube. I wound up taking a nap and waking up a day later. My YouTube feed got full of Black Snape being cast in the new Harry Potter TV show, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing this again. I understand there's YouTube content creators that all they want to do is make videos about woke things. Your shelf life is not that long on YouTube. You may get popular, and then on the other half, I'm saying this for a reason. I've been kicked off YouTube 10 times, but what I cover is not something that's just trending, like hating America because they're attacking Iran right now, or hating Israel. So we have a lot of those YouTube channels that, yeah, your shelf life might be good. So I just couldn't take me. I like to look at the bigger things that are going on here, and why am I showing you a Jewish rabbi before? Oh, by the way, this video is about reptilians. We actually have a name for reptilians. I'll get to that in a second. That is because I want to ask you a question. Have you ever seen a real temple Jew around Netanyahu or his cabinet in Israel? Around, well, by the way, Netanyahu is not a real Jew. He's Polish. He's an Ashkenazi Zionist Jew. And Zionists are trying to make you believe that they're the real Jews, and they're not. And the only reason I have this bookmark because I'm actually going to watch this. I know who this rabbi is. This is Elhanan Beck. He is attacked by Zionists all the time because of what he says. Like, Israel does not have a right to defend itself. You cannot call yourself God's chosen people and carry out a genocide in Gaza. You cannot blackmail presidents like in the United States and say we're God's chosen people and all this. And these are the real Jews, and they are even beaten inside Israel by Zionist police all the time. So, yeah, ask yourself a question. Have you ever seen one of these quote unquote real temple Jews around Netanyahu or Zionists? No, you haven't. Because they constantly, and it's also these temple Jews who don't bullshit people. They say, look, the leading cause of anti Semitism around the world are Zionists who hijacked our religion. And the political state of Israel is not supposed to exist. And he is also going on in this interview. I watched a little bit of it about things you didn't know. Like, there are Jews inside Iran right now. They've coexisted for thousands of years together. And here's what I'm going to say. You notice a lot of things are falling apart for Trump and Netanyahu right now. This is a big metaphorical thing about what I covered. Do not make deals with demons. Why isn't Molech or Baal or Marduk stepping up to help the Zionist regime? I mean, shit, they sacrificed 160 schoolgirls to Molech to start the war off when they blew up the girls' school. Where's Molech? Where's your pagan gods to come out and help the Zionists? They're not coming. Don't make deals with demons. And in fact, they're so retarded, one of the first things that will happen when they invoke the Antichrist, if they do, is that Antichrist turns around and kills all the Jews. Yeah, read the book of Revelation. These fucking people are screwed up in the head. And I'm going to tell you the root to this and why they are in a second. So I cover Alpha Draconian Reptilians, the real people running this planet, and we have a new name for them. I've been telling people that they are parasites. So thank you to this Asian guy here. Now I've had a fascination with parasites for quite a while now because the more I look into certain types of parasites, we're often told in the Bible that God created all living things. However, I don't think that's completely true. I believe some parasites are demonic in nature. Specifically, parasites who have a relationship with their host where they actually kill the host. Reptilians are a good example. Yeah, there are parasites that exist in nature. People think because they're on a smaller level, like dealing with insects, It's not that big of a deal, but there are some really screwed up parasites out there that literally take over and kill their host. And so I was watching this video about all the different types of parasites. Some of them are okay. You have um, that's a symbiotic relationship. Like you often see those fish that attach themselves to sharks, and what they're actually doing is they're cleaning the sharks off. They eat stuff on the shark. They're not eating the shark, but they attach themselves to the shark bodies. Whereas other like parasites can be very detrimental to your health. So anyway, we got a name. This guy came up with it. I'm going to play this clip. So I'm watching this video about parasites, and I never expected him to put this clip in his video because he was making a very serious scientific video here. And then when I saw this part of his video come up, I almost lost it. I was like, I have a good feeling because it's like more people are becoming in tune to the reptilian presence on Earth, and I'm not even joking about that. Watch this. So he's talking about Dulotic, which is slave making. This is a type of parasitism where an ant will take over an entire colony of other ants and basically make them slaves. It's called Dulotic. However, he had another interesting take on social parasites. So listen to this.
Species are completely helpless without their slaves. In order to replenish their numbers, they regularly execute slave raids on other host colonies. If there were lizard people that infiltrated our society and are secretly controlling us through a shadow government, they would be Dulotic social parasites. There are so many variations.
Dulotic social parasites.
And are
Here,
secretly controlling us through a shadow government, they would be
Dulotic social parasites. Thank you. I don't steal research from anyone. I will give this guy credit for that word, but I am taking that word because now I have a word for reptilians. They are Dulotic social parasites, basically enslaving a whole human civilization for their benefit. Now, we do know what they feed off of. Reptilians feed off negative energy, fear. They feed off war. If anyone wants this war to happen in the Middle East and everyone kill each other, it's the reptilians. However, there is a catch-22 with reptilians. They need humans to be alive because they feed off negative energy. So if you have, they can't have humans wipe out human civilization because they're going to have nothing to feed off of. However, there are too many of us to control. So this is kind of a catch-22 that reptilians find themselves in. This is why you hear them wanting about the New World Order, where they're going to take 9 out of 10 people on Earth and kill them, and the remaining humans that are left over they can use to feed off of and get them to start. Plus, it's another way for them to kill world religions like Christianity, Islam, Judaism. This is why. But Dulotic social parasites. I've been calling them energy parasites for a while, but this is a much better word. Dulotic, yes, it means slave making. That's very interesting. And I want you to notice something here. The reason I paused on the screenshot, that face that that reptilian is holding, that is Hillary Clinton. So, now, one thing that we do know is true. A lot of these idiots in government, like Hillary Clinton, they are not reptilian. They are black magicians. They're in secret societies. That's one of the big things. This is why I tell people, you're not going to fucking rarely run into a reptilian in social or in public. I'm skeptical about people claiming that, yeah. However, someone who does practice the occult can definitely have demonic anomalies happen to them. I study exorcists for a living also. So I'm very aware of that. But they are here. They're just hiding in the shadows, but that's a good word for them. Dulotic social parasites. Well, we got a new word for reptilians. And basically what's happening with the murdering and basically people like Netanyahu and all these other Zionists who are foaming out of the mouth for war are also themselves becoming parasites on human civilization. Except these parasites want to kill the host. I would say it's a parasitic relationship. Because people that are foaming out of the mouth to have war with Iran are not signing up and going to war themselves, are they? No, they're not. Netanyahu isn't sending his son to war. Um, I think you just get the idea. Uh, that's another form of parasitism. So we got a word for reptilians, Dulotic social parasites. Interesting. Uh, yeah. I just got to figure out how to spell Dulotic right. Is it double L's? I try to look up Dolosis. Dulasis, which is the root of the word, is actually a word. It means slave making, and it pertains to the ants that do it in nature, that which is what he was talking about. However, for reptilians, that's what alpha draconians would be as a species. If we had to classify them as a species, they would be Dulotic social parasites. They feed off all the negativity they create using their proxies of secret societies, but there isn't as many of them as you might think. And it's not surprising because if you know about the slave making ant races, it takes one ant to take over a whole entire colony of other ants and basically put them in service to them and make them slaves. Makes a lot of sense. So there's your word today, Dulotic social parasites. And anyway, if anyone can support the channel, all the links are in the description. What is the 29th? Yeah, we got. Yeah. So if you anyone want to buy me cigarettes or anything, um, that'd be awesome. Although I get I don't know what it is. I get overwhelmed by negative energy and gossip. I can only take so much of it, and that's something else I might just have to rant about in another video. I can't take the fucking videos on YouTube anymore. If I have to see one more video bitching about woke um, casting in movies where they're remaking old shit. Like, come up with some new fucking ideas already, alright? I'll write you fucking new movies. I'm highly creative. You need a fucking story like Harry Potter? I can write it, okay? Stop taking these old IPs and race and gender swapping everyone and then calling everyone fucking racist and misogynist because they call you out for it. Well, guess who the biggest critics about the Black Snape in the new Harry Potter film are? Black people. Because if you know about the Harry Potter mythology, Snape was a bully. Well, he was kind of a bully, or he was bullied, and now it's basically because they race swapped Snape in the Harry Potter show, it's going to turn Harry Potter and his family into a bunch of racists now. And whatever, these fucking people can't even come up with new ideas anymore. I don't know what happened to HBO. Well, there's very few people who come up with original ideas in TV shows anymore. Some do. I'll give credit where it's due. Vince Gilligan with Pluribus, that was a new original idea, although he loosely based it off a Twilight Zone episode, Third Rock from the Sun. I know that. That's why Carol's last name is Sturka. It's a reference to that Twilight, but it's still an original TV show for the most part. Breaking Bad was a retelling of the story Ozymandias, king of the king who fell. Yeah, I knew that. Even Ben Stiller, Severance was a new idea he came out with. So some TV shows are doing it. Others are just fucking. Oh, by the way, uh, the that also ties in with the idea of bread and circuses, where they're supposed to keep people. drunk, fed, and entertained, and people will take a blind eye to politics. However, like I said, when my whole YouTube feed is full of nothing about people bitching about current politics in Hollywood and video games, it's not having the intended effect. So, in my, personally, I think there's a lot of divine intervention going on. This is why I tell people don't make deals with demons, and this is why I think everything is falling apart for them. And I like if Netanyahu or any of his Zionist handlers think the reptilians are actually going to step in and help your sorry ass, they're not. They're going to let you fail and laugh at you because you're human. You're human at the end of the day who goes into secret societies to learn black magic, to have our demons do magic tricks for you. Yeah, they don't look very highly on you. This is why dealing with demons is called a Faustian bargain, because you never make out in the end. The demons do, the reptilians do. And this is why you're seeing everything fall apart for them. This war is falling apart. These brand new TV shows are falling apart even before they fucking air. That new Harry Potter trailer got ratioed already because they had to make Snape black. Trying to create, you know, why don't you just create new fucking IPs and tell new stories? There is so many stories you could take out of African mythology, but you refuse to because, yeah, we know the real answer of what they're really trying to do there, and it's pathetic. But the thing is, black people are starting to pick up on it, and they're becoming the most triggered out of everyone. So yeah, casting a black snake because you thought black people were going to like this for representation, and it backfired on your ass because black people are the ones being most critical about it. So yeah, social parasites, Dulotic social parasites. Do you like the new word? I like it. We got a new word for reptilians. Anyway, if you could support the channel, all the links are in the description. Cash App, PayPal, Vemno. I always need cigarettes. I always tell people I'm trying to raise $33. It's 33 degrees. Oh, it just went up. It was 33 degrees outside. Yeah, it's supposed to be spring. It's freezing out today. We've had weird weather in Philly. It's gone from hot to cold. Uh, Whatever. I always need cigarettes, so. Anyway, it's off my rant today. People are just, they can't take this shit anymore. And I've been studying real Jews and real, I'm telling you right now, it's not a coincidence. And maybe you didn't realize that until I just said it to you, but have you ever seen a real rabbinic Jew around Netanyahu and his Zionist cabinet of pedophile fucking warmongers? No, you haven't. Interesting. Ted Cruz, Mark Levin, that tranny, Laura Loomer, who is a tranny, all these other fucking Zionist war baiting, they won't go to war themselves. They just want to cry on their fucking podcast and call everyone anti-Semitic and yeah, go fuck yourselves. Meanwhile, real Jews are saying, no, you're not anti-Semitic for calling out against genocide. You're not anti-Semitic because you don't want war. You're not anti-Semitic because you don't believe that the political state of Israel shouldn't exist and was always set up by the Rothschilds after World War II. No, this doesn't make you quote unquote anti-Semitic. And some Jews will even go into the fact that current day's Ashkenazi Jews are not even Semitic. They're not originally from the Middle East. They're from Europe. But what do we know? And these are the people who are prosecuted in. They're not prosecuted, but they are censored in Israel. Because if anyone's critical about the Zionists, I don't even call them Jews, but the Zionists, it's real Jews themselves. Yeah, that's how fucked up the current state of Israel is. They beat and censor the real Jewish people, the Zionists do, because they hijack their religion, they hijack their identity. I think you just get the idea. Basically, they're having what you could say what Zionist Jews are doing to Israel. I guess you would call them Dulotic Jewish parasites. Yeah, trying to hijack the state of Israel for their own fucking warmongering. And at the end of the day, that is all to usher in the Antichrist, period, who will turn around and kill them all because they're idiots. Just saying. So anyway, that's my rant today. What do I know though, right? It's so shocking. I mean, this guy's not even a conspiracy theorist channel. He's an Asian guy who does videos on different scientific things. And when I saw him doing this video on parasitism and the different types of parasites, and when this popped up in the middle of the video, I was like, you know what? People are catching on around the world. It's amazing. I don't know if he was trolling or this was supposed to be a joke, but Dulotic social parasite is definitely a great word to describe them. Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take care.